Hello and welcome to episode 89 of the Victorian Studio podcast. My name is Maureen and I'm coming to you from my studio here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Welcome to all new and returning viewers. I hope you enjoy the podcast today. Well, I have a few things to share with you, some knitting, some new charms that have gone in the shop, and some even newer charms that have been made but have yet to be posted to the shop. I'll review those at the end. I also have some announcements to make regarding the future of the podcast and the Ravelry group, and also a review of what I've been up to over the last month or so. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, but before we get into all of that, I thought I would award the next two prizes in the Ravelry group's Harry Potter Knit-Along. So we're in year 3 of the Harry Potter Knit-Along, and today I'll be drawing from posts in the Ravelry thread that were done between January 1st of 2019 up until October 31st. So those were posts number 2 to 719. And I went to random.org and chose 2 winners this month. So the first one is for a $10 US giftable Ravelry pattern, $10 US or less. So the random.org chose post number 531, and that's Safe 54, Cheryl. Congratulations, Cheryl. When you see this, just send me a PM over on Ravelry with what pattern you would like me to award to you, and I will gift that to you right away. So congrats. And the second prize today is for a Harry Potter sorting hat progress keeper. So this is the pewter, get it around the right way. This is the pewter sorting hat that I created into a progress keeper, and this goes to post number 34, Whimsical Curious. That's Lauren. Congratulations, Lauren. When you see this, just PM me over on Ravelry as well with your mailing address, and I will send that out to you. So congratulations to our 2 winners today. There'll be another drawing in December for all the posts from January 1st to November 30th, and then we'll have the final large drawing of all of the larger prizes for the knit-along in January. So that will come in early January. And also I wanted to mention at this time, this will be the last year of the Harry Potter Knit-Along for our group. Sad to say, to see the doors of Hogwarts will be closing for our group, but it has been going on for 3 years now, and in that 3 years, by the time all is said and done in January, I'll have drawn for about 150 prizes over those 3 years. So I thought it was probably time to change things up a bit, and we'll have something new in 2020. So I hope you'll continue to join us over on that Ravelry group. And if you haven't joined us already, and you do want to participate and get in on those last Harry Potter prizes for your chance to win something, it's never too late. You can always join us at any time. So just check the links in the description box below to the Ravelry group so you can join along in the fun. I also at this time wanted to thank so much Vonnie and Sylvie, my 2 moderators over in our group, for all of their help. I couldn't run a knit-along or a group without the 2 lovely ladies that have been so instrumental in the day-to-day running of our group. Thank you so much, ladies. Your help is greatly appreciated. So let's get to the knitting. I don't have a lot to show you, but I have a few things that I've been working on in regards to the knit-along I'm participating in over in the O-Loops group. So Lydia from O-Loops Yarn has her own group over on Ravelry as well, and each fall she runs a Harry Potter knit-along as well. And so I believe this is year 7 for her knit-along. This is the 4th year that I've been participating, and so I was able to complete a few things in October. I also participated in a swap that I got some very lovely items from a wonderful lady in Ireland, so that was wonderful. And yeah, I was able to complete both extra credit challenges and the main challenge in October. So I'll show you those. The first one were a couple of the mini sweater ornaments, and I've done these before. These are actually numbers 16 and 17 that I have done. Again, I'm looking forward to using these as either ornaments on my tree or a banner. I have yet to decide, but it's great fun making them. They're so easy to do, and they only take a day to knit up. So this pattern is free on Ravelry. I've shown it many times before. It's the mini sweater ornament by Emily. Let's see, her name on Ravelry is Emily5446. So there's a picture of the pattern. I've done this so many times that I've been able to distill that down into like a very short pattern, or the instructions that I follow along. So as I said, these are numbers 16 and 17. I made these to meet some criteria in the O-Loops challenge. I can't remember exactly what the criteria were, but these I used O-Loops yarn for. If you want extra credit for your knitting and you use all O-Loops yarn, then you get extra points. So both of these sweaters, very easy to do as usual. Let's see, I used for the first one, the red one, I used some O-Loops yarn, Hogwarts Express and Sorcerer's Stone. This is her Ascot base, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. So I use these for some socks. So I use the red one to knit up this little sweater ornament. So that was the first one I did. And then the second one, I used the O-Loops yarn from a mini set that I got from her a few years back. This is on her Ascot base, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And these are the Heroes, I believe, colorways. They're Harry Potter, Hermione, Granger, Ron Weasley, Ginny Weasley, Fred and George, and Neville. And this one, it was using the Neville colorway. I still have some left in this pack. I'll probably do some more sweaters out of some of these other mini skeins. So yeah, these are really easy to meet the challenges over on the knit along. So I used for those 1.5 US needles or 2.5 millimeter size. So the second challenge that I did, this was the main challenge for October that I created. This was the sock head hat, and again I used O-Loops yarn for this, and I believe I still have some left here. Yes, this is the O-Loops twisted Bachman base, 80% BFL, 20% nylon, and this is in the colorway called Hogwarts Will Always Be My Home. So I believe I got this colorway last year, and also last year I participated in a swap with Amy, and she was from Hufflepuff, and one of the items that she sent me was this faux fur pom-pom. So this was perfect to add to my sock head hat. And as I mentioned, I believe on the last podcast, I finally got to do a sock head hat. It's a very popular pattern on Ravelry. I think over 20,000 projects are in Rav. So very, very easy to do. I'm thrilled with how it turned out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing this. Or if I don't wear it, I may just gift it to somebody for Christmas. We'll see. So yeah, that was my main challenge for October. So for the sock head hat, I used US 2.5 needles or 3 millimeter size needles. So yeah, that was a very, very easy pattern to work on. Let's see, the only other thing that I have to share regarding knitting with you is a work in progress, and that is for a challenge that runs for O-Loops from October 1st right through to the end of December. Depending on how many years you've participated in the knit along, you get grouped into years, just like you would in school. So I am in year 4, which means my challenge for the fall is to create something that relates to the Tri-Wizard tournament. And so I decided to do something that had a dragon theme. And when I searched on Ravelry and came across this pattern, I just knew I had to create this. It's a color work set of mittens. And let's see, I've got my little notes all over this for the pattern. I believe this was a free pattern on Ravelry. And this is called Smog. And if you know your Tolkien, you'll know that Smog is the dragon from The Hobbit. So these are wonderful Nordic style color work, but in these awesome dragon face patterns. So what I did was I instead of doing them red and black, I decided to do them in gray and black. I watched I reviewed some of the patterns, some of the projects that people have already completed in this, and saw somebody had done them in the gray, and they're wonderful. So I got them started. I haven't done a whole lot. This is the first of the 2 mittens, but you can see at least I've got a start on them. So I have until the end of December to complete these. You start out with doing the cuff that will actually roll down and create a nice little picot edge on the end of the mittens. Now there's a yardage requirement for the Tri-Wizard tournament projects, so I am making these longer. So the gauntlet on the mittens are at least double the length of the pattern, so that I get that minimum yardage requirement in. So I think they're going to come up like to about here, which will be awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to completing these and wearing them come the new year. So yeah, that's about it for my knitting. I've been very, very busy in the last month or so, both participating in Inktober. My hoodie today is an Inktober hoodie that I purchased during the month of October while I was participating in Inktober. If you notice in my playlists on my channel, you'll see a whole bunch of videos that I did, speed paints, for all of the drawings I did for an Inktober challenge. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's a drawing challenge every October. I believe it was the 10th year, but it was the first time that I participated, where you do a drawing every day. So if you're interested in seeing some of my drawings and you haven't checked out those videos yet, they're very short. They're speeded up like 2,000% from real time. And I'm also posting, it might be up by the time this is up, a review of all 31 drawings that I did. So if you just want to watch that, you can certainly do that. So I had great fun creating that. And I think I'll be doing more drawing, painting, and sculpting videos for my channel. So that's another change that will be coming up in 2020, is more varied videos on my YouTube channel. So hopefully by putting them in playlists, though, you can decide what you are interested in watching and what you're not interested in watching. So other than doing Inktober, I've also been very busy sculpting. I've been making some charms to go in the Etsy shop. My last episode, I believe I showed one of the ones that was going up, and it is in my shop now, and that was the little snowman heads, either in gold or silver plated. So that's the little snowman. Yeah, that one's in silver. This one's in gold. So those progress keepers, all my charms on my shop come with multiple rings, so you can use them as stitch markers or progress keepers with the rings and lobster clasps. So, or you can just use them to hang off your project bags, zippers, anywhere else that you would like a little charm. So the snowmen are up in the shop. After I created those guys, I then went back to doing some pastry. I thought for the holiday season that would be fun. So I created some blueberry tarts, and these are unique because they do come in metal tart tins. So there's over 50 blueberries in each tart, and they're also topped with some cream, a little wedge of lemon, and a fresh blueberry on top. So these were great fun to create, and you will see pictures at the end of the podcast as usual, so you can see them better. So these were a lot of fun to do. Those all come in silver-plated findings. And then I did another Christmas-themed, holiday-themed charm, and these are little miniature cookies. And these remind me of doing my shortbread cookies every holiday, and these are little Christmas trees. So they come with white frosting and little miniature sprinkles. So these are up in the shop right now. They're either in the gold-plated rings with a lobster clasp or silver-plated rings and lobster clasp. So yeah, that's those. And again, I'll have more pictures at the end with those. So those were recently posted. I did announce on Instagram when I post them to the shop. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you check below in the description box and follow me for announcements of when the shop is updated. I'm working currently on a few more new charms. I would like to get to that 100 charms by the end of the year. I'm getting closer. So I have completed, but I haven't yet posted my next ones. And these are little jam busters. So like donuts, but they have some powdered sugar on top and little strawberry jam, all glossy on those. And they come in the gold-plated rings. They also have lobster clasp and also the silver-plated rings and silver-plated lobster clasp. So yeah, those will be going up soon. I haven't yet decided because I'm still working on a couple. I'll probably be doing an update of a few charms at a time. Something I was just working on yesterday is a design that I made when I first opened up my shop. So it's kind of a revival of an OG, an original design, and that's a skein of yarn. So I've made them all in the speckled version this time. So they'll come all with silver-plated rings and lobster clasp. So those will be going up pretty soon. Again, so if you want to know exactly when they are up and available for purchase, check me out on Instagram. So let's see. So the changes for 2020, not only will we be changing up the knit-alongs for the Victorian Studio podcast group, I will be doing more varied videos here on my channel. And also the last thing that I wanted to talk about is January 1st, 2020, there's going to be a huge announcement regarding my shop and website. So I am working on some big changes, and I hope you'll get excited about seeing what's coming up for my shop and for the website. And I thought January 1st would be a perfect time to debut something very new. So I hope you stay tuned for that. Okay, so I think that's all I have to share with you today. I will be recording one more time this year to award the January to November Harry Potter knit-along prize winners, and then again early January. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I had to share with you today. I know it's a quick one. But stay tuned for some videos and photos at the end as usual. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you'll return again next month for a visit in my Victorian studio. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.